Ladies and gentlemen, episode 2 of Three Nuts, One Sack. We are your hosts, Hollified Wolf, Mr. Puppet Master, and Beastly. Last week we talked a little bit and delved into basically who we are, what we do, and how we got started. So today we're going to touch base on how to kickstart yourself into streaming, kind of some of the do's and don'ts, and some kind of equipment questions, things like that. So stick in there, guys. Let's go. Let's do it. Puppet, what's good? Hollow, what's good? Let's
What's
go.
up? Just jumping right into it.
We jumping right into it. We're gonna jump right into it, guys. So let's start off with what did you start streaming with? What kind of equipment did you start streaming with? And we'll start there and then kind of delve into it.
I started streaming on a PS4 with nothing but a PS4 and an iPad. Well, not even an iPad. I think it was my phone. That's really all I started with. Kind of like to touch back on B's kind of story. That whole like I hit the live button. It was like, oh, I'm live. Let's do this. Yeah, that was. I didn't have that type of thing going,
Yeah,
but yeah.
you're like you're like, whoo, we're live. Let's do this. I was like, whoo, we're live. Oh shit.
Oh shit, no.
Puppet, what did you start streaming on?
I started streaming on a computer that I got at a yard sale.
Perfect.
Just
What were
proves
you
can
gonna
get
say,
started
Hollow?
from anywhere. Just proves you can get started from anywhere. Um, I was just gonna say like, just for beginner setups, just to show to anybody can start on literally anything nowadays. You can start on the console, whatever. But what I actually had as a full on setup from A to B, I had a table mate. If everybody knows what a table mate is, if not, I'll tell you what a table mate is.
I mean, you're my table mate, so
Oh my god. For everybody listening who doesn't or may not know what table mate is, it's one of those little cheap ass two-legged tables that fold out and have different positions that you can lock a little top section into. I had a little TV sitting on that, and I sat off to the side of my apartment because my significant other at the time did not want to be in the stream whatsoever, didn't want to be in the camera. So I had to sit in a really uncomfortable chair on a table mate in the corner of the fucking apartment and couldn't like interact with anything outside of my stream. And
hell yeah.
my cell phone propped up for chat because I didn't like it on the side of my screen either. So I mean that's literally all I had starting off. Nothing else.
Yeah.
What about you?
Hell yeah. I started on an Xbox One. That's what I started on.
Did you do they have an option like PS4 to put your chat on the screen, or were you on a separate device?
Hold on, this little fucker. The fuck out of here. Go home.
But for everybody wondering, B is having a fly issue right now because I know some of our listeners don't have the video. He's got a little bugger messing with him.
I can't get him.
He is not Daniel San. He cannot catch the fly.
No, I'm trying to punch him out of the air. I'm trying to slap him.
He's straight up trying to one punch man. I'm just like, whoa.
You know what? At this point, I'm just like I'm trying to like give him something and say, hey, just go home, bro. Just fucking go home.
I got a crumb for you. No.
Yeah.
But sorry,
This
you were
is-
talking about the fly. Did they have the option on that to put the chat on the screen, or were you on like a separate device as well?
Nah, completely separate. So I had my phone and the game. That was it.
All
I
right.
gamed on my TV and I had my phone off to the side, and that's how I got started.
All right.
So Puppet, your garage sale computer, bro. Tell us a little bit about that.
So it was not long after my mom passed away. I was staying with some friends, trying to figure out what I was going to do next, and all various things. Um, I was working at a gas station to help my friend out because she was the manager there, and she needed someone she could rely on. So I was like, "Hey, I'll do it." We've known each other. You're like family. I'll help you out. And it gave me a job, had income, whatnot.
Yeah.
Well, one day before I was supposed to go to work, she asked me if I'd run some errands for her while she was at work. So I was doing those. And I happened to come across a yard sale, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stop and see what's here. Lo and behold, there was a computer there.
Destiny.
I was I was looking at it, and it was one of the old. It was one of the old HP Predator G14, I think. Desktops. So it was a entry level gaming PC. I got to looking at it, and I noticed that it had a NVIDIA 1060 Founders Edition in it.
Oh shit.
Dude, I asked the dude, I was like, "How much do you want for it?" And he was like, "I want 200." And I'm like, "Well, that's worth the price of the card, anyways."
Yeah.
But me being me, I was like, I've got like 150 on it. Would you take 150 for it? And he goes, "Sold." So I gave him the 150 and loaded it in the car and went to work.
Here we are.
So my original setup was that 1060 on a TV, setting in my living room floor. Like the computer was in the living room
I
floor. The
remember
TV,
that.
yeah, the TV was on
Yeah,
was
back
on a
when you were on the
table.
couch.
Yeah, and my
Yeah.
chair was at the couch. My keyboard was on the coffee table. My mouse was on the coffee table. Um, and I had a friend letting me borrow a DSLR camera that she had. So I was using it as a cam. Well, then she needed that back, so I got it back to her. Didn't have a cam. And then I ran into another group of streamers, and we got really close. And next thing I know, I got woke up one morning at like 10 in the morning. Hey, I need you to go check your mail.
The fuck?
I was like, you need me? Oh, okay. So I get up. There's a package in my mailbox, and it was my webcam. They were like, "You got to have a cam, dude. You got to. Your facial expressions. Everyone's missing it." So that's where my webcam came from. Then that computer kind of kicked it because I was upgrading it and I didn't have a power supply for it. So I Frankensteined my old Mac, which is actually sitting behind me, that I used to make music on. I Frankensteined it to stream from, and I was streaming from that while I didn't have a computer. And then I ended up getting my laptop, my Asus, uh, or not Asus. No, yeah, it is Asus. Yeah, Asus.
My
I
motherboard's an Asus.
I've got a Asus Zephyrus G14 um laptop that's got a 2060 in it, and that's what I'm streaming from now with the TV, with two TVs and a monitor as monitors as well, and then I've got the Mac back here behind me that I do the music tracks from.
Hell yeah.
Shit.
Hell yeah. So basically, I mean, what I'm hearing is really all of us and anybody who's listening, you guys, if you're thinking about streaming and you're just not sure if you've got the correct stuff to do so, you can start basic. You can start real basic. You can start with a console, you know, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, whatever. Hit the live button and just jump into it, guys. Jump into it.
Oh yeah. Like don't ever sit there and like you. I know all these people probably watching other streamers already and things of that nature. Don't look at a streamer with this big grandest setup with all the lights and shit in the background and go, "Well, I can't stream. I don't have that." No, 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 no.
Yeah.
Those people started somewhere. Everybody started from a lower point at some point in time.
Yep.
And like B said, there is no correct list of items. You got a console and it can hit live. Hit live. See what happens. Have fun
I
with it.
mean,
Yeah.
in all honesty, if you stop and think about it, Tim the Tap Man, big streamer,
Mm-hmm.
he did a YouTube video going back to one of his very first streams. And he showed the setup. It was I think it was an Xbox monitor. And this was before alerts, like the alert system was in Twitch. He had a damn lamp that he was stapling a piece of paper on with people's names for follows or that donoed.
Holy shit. That's
And he
awesome.
was like, you could see my bed in the background in the corner from where I got out of bed and started streaming.
That's
Like
awesome.
you
Perfect.
can literally, you can start from anywhere. In fact, one of my earlier streams was I had to go to a friend's house to um, play in a COD tournament because I was having issues with the power here. And I literally set up and streamed live from their Xbox with my Twitch account.
Oh yeah.
Um, it it comes with territory. If you want to do it, just simply hit live and go.
Well, and
Um,
even if you're not a game streamer, say you just want to just chat, you just want to put your face on your phone, stream straight from your phone. Just chat with people, your stream will scroll through, you guys will sit there and have conversation back and forth. It's really that easy. It's not hard to get started.
no, not at all.
Not at all.
Um, in fact, I will be 100% honest. I've got a friend that is streams, and when he was starting out, he would do work streams. He would set his phone up in the machine that he was in, and he would do just chatting streams while he was working.
See, I wish I could do that. That'd be awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
he was in like a big crane, so it wasn't something like he had a lot of downtime just waiting to move shit.
If my
But
work wasn't so loud, I could, but
That's what I was gonna say about mine. Like, even if they allowed me to, like, all the dun.
yeah, be listening to me go puting, puting, puting.
Oh, just FYI, just so everybody knows, I am a machinist and B is a blacksmith. I guess you would call yourself.
Yeah, I mean technically yes.
I just didn't know if you'd actually call that blacksmithing or anything. But yeah, so yeah.
Well, I mean you do everything a blacksmith would, so
You hear a whole lot of ting.
and I am just a jack of all trades, master of none.
I was gonna say Jack. I didn't know how to say you. I figured if you wanted to jump on, he's a hell of an IT guy. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, at the moment,
try.
Jack of all trades, master of none. I guess that'd be the best way to put it.
So Puppet is the guy that I would like to talk to when I call in for technical support.
Oh, I look when I was working technical support. My customers absolutely loved being on the phone with me because generally it's like, hey, we need you to keep it around this time. Okay, cool.
Puppet's
Then
like,
I get someone on the phone, and then I'm 2 hours into a call, and they're like, "What's going on?" I was like, "I'm fixing it."
He asked me how my kid was. No.
I've had those conversations in the middle of fixing stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, but at the end of the day, like, that's the one thing. I wish IT wasn't so focused on just. I know you got to get tickets done. I got that. I understand that. But just like B said, those would be the people I would like. I'm not sitting there dreading like, oh, I gotta call this company again. I gotta fight with them and fuss with them. Like, if I knew Puppet was on the other side of that motherfucker, as soon as I heard him pick up, what's up, motherfucker? I got this. I need you to fucking work on this. And we'd be sitting there, just having fun while we were working on shit, fixing shit.
I would call him and I'd be like, help.
Help is on the way, dear.
Help is on the way, dear.
Another reference. Help, Hollow, help.
Yeah, oh gosh. So anybody who doesn't know the backstory of that, right? So I'm sitting there playing the forest with Hollow. It's like my second time playing.
I think so. Something like that.
Or no, that was Valheim.
Oh,
that was on Valheim. And the forest started attacking us, and he had walked away. Hollow had walked away. He had to do something, and I was sitting there, and I was like, yeah, this game's fun. So I'm running outside our walls and everything. And the forest starts attacking us, and I was like, what the hell is going on? Oh, shit, there's a ton of shit going on. Hollow, help! And he could hear me through his headset in the room. He could literally hear me, and he comes back. He's like, what? I said, we being attacked, dog.
Yeah, like straight up, I was standing like 5 foot to my left over here talking to my girlfriend actually, and all of a sudden my headset is loud enough. It doesn't have like any soundproofing or anything in it. So literally, I start hearing this tiny little voice. It was like, help, help. And I'm like,
hey, on my end, I was screaming that like bloody murder. I was like, shit, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. It's not going to be good.
Well, for me, it was just like, I like looked at Kay. I was like, am I hearing something? And she's like, I think that's B. And I'm like, oh shit. And I put my headset on. Help, Pilo, help.
Help me. Help me. I'm sitting there stabbing shit with a spear. Help me.
Sorry, tangent. Fun tangent.
Good times.
Another thing that I would also stack onto what we were talking about, it doesn't take a lot to be able to start streaming, is a lot of people that don't play like Apex or Call of Duty or, all these major games that get all this attention think, well, I don't play those games, so it's not going to be worth it.
niche
That's
markets.
that is not true. I was starting out, one of my best streams was on a game that is so has such a niche that it was one of my best viewed streams, most viewed streams, and that was with Fire Pro Wrestling World. It's a it's a wrestling game that looks like it would be on on like a Super Nintendo
Why does it
or a
not surprise
PlayStation.
me it was a wrestling game with
Yeah,
you?
right.
That's because that's my thing.
Yeah,
Leave me alone.
for everybody who didn't get it from the last podcast, he is a hell of a wrestling head.
Yes,
And he can take a chop.
He can take a
I,
chop.
I don't like it, but I can.
He can
Um,
take a chop.
Go ahead, pup.
but no, like if it is a game that you like and it is a game you enjoy,
Play it.
stream it.
Play it, yeah.
Yep.
More recently, me and Hollow played Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet, and that was a good night for us on a game that we really didn't think anyone would view.
Like
And it
I'll add to that is like if you search a game on Twitch, for instance, if you do searching up front or like you getting your knowledge together up front, if you see that a game has no streamers or no people watching it, don't not stream it either. Because what you don't see is, unless you actually check it, is the follower count, the amount of people that actually get alert to that game having people go live. And
Yeah, you'll usually get the, oh shit, this guy's streaming this.
yeah, like, oh shit,
Mhm.
somebody, I don't recognize that guy. Who's that? And I think that's what happened. What Pup's talking about with me and him that night is because we're like, damn, like there's nobody streaming this, but like, all right, let's try it. We're gonna try it out. We know we like this. And sure enough, that was a really good night for us with a bunch of chatting people and things like that. And we're just like, oh shit, like,
and you know, B and B Hollow, I think y'all can both attest. Wildlands,
oh yeah,
That was
same
a
effect for
great
y'all,
game to stream.
we gained
but
a
A
lot of
great game.
people. We
but
gained a
it was
lot of people that stayed with us off of that game
yeah.
too.
I was gonna say same effect for y'all with
Yeah.
that game,
Mm-hmm.
And that's,
and
I mean, that's an older game. I mean,
yeah.
it's not a very super well recognized game. Like people know of it, yeah, but
It had
it's
mixed
not
reviews.
super well known,
It,
you know?
if it's a game that you like, don't think about it. Just get in, enjoy, and there's going to be things that you're not good at beginning when you stream.
Yep.
I'm still struggling with some of those. Um, like trying to keep up with chat. I don't worry, I will gladly call myself out on this. I have a hard time keeping up with chat, but that's because chat is always over here and I have to look over here and I forget to, and working on that.
We're just
But
gonna stick you a monitor on the wall in front of you above your television.
I'm thinking about rearranging my setup here.
Yeah, but no,
Um,
Pup's not bad at all with reading chat as long as he can actually, see chat.
See it. Yeah. But I
That's-
mean, so don't think just because you're not able to keep up with chat, not able to do this, not able to do that right out of the gate, that it's going to affect. It's not. People know when new streamers are there, they're still learning stuff.
Yeah.
Like I haven't even hit 150 followers. That's my next big milestone for me is 150 followers. That's my personal goal. I want to hit 150 and I'm at like 130 something.
You got it.
And
No problem.
and I still get followers, and occasionally I do miss when the follower comes through because maybe it's an intense point of the game and I can't really stop to look away. That's happened a few times, and I apologize for anyone that has been.
My
My apologies.
my character just stops moving.
Yeah.
So I actually think between the three of us, we have 3 totally different recognitions to chat. So just to give a little backstory to everybody as to time frames and everything, B's been streaming for a little over a year.
Little over a year, yeah.
Little over a year. Puppet, your time, I'm not 100% sure.
Little under a year, I believe.
I'm rounding into my year this month.
Rounding into the year, and then for me, I'm over 3 years streaming. So it's actually kind of funny to watch to me. Like when I'm not streaming with these two guys and to say they're streaming or maybe watching a VOD, I love watching it because B, He's not fucking joking whatsoever. The moment
Character.
raids come through, bunch of follows, donos, anything coming through, it's just like, hey, B, we gotta keep moving, man. Like, hold on.
Perfect example is Wildlands. Hollow he'd be starting a mission, and I'd be like sitting there talking to people. Hey guys, welcome in. What's going on? You know, everything's cool. And by the time I get back to it, there's like one guy left. So I'd be like, hey, let me kill this guy. Pow. Cool. All right.
pretty much it was just like, okay, B's doing his thing. We're going to grab this mission. We're going to grab this, highlight that. Okay, hey, B, fuck that one guy up real quick.
Hey, where's that equipment at?
Or for example, us when we're all three playing the forest, B gets a raid. You will see, like, me and Hollow generally just kind of like slowly work our way to round B to keep everything away from B while he
keep it
takes.
kosher for him so he could keep doing it. But yeah, so
And then
that's
B will come back and he's like, "All right, guys, what are we doing?"
I just want you to know,
we're
I love
healing.
you guys. I love you guys.
I think that's the funniest thing about you doing it too, is the fact that you know you do it. So you come back to it, you're like, okay, I'm good. What are we doing? It's like, we've been, what? No, never mind. You're good. Okay.
They're sitting there, you know, they're sitting there trying to fix a broken leg, and I'm like untouched. Hey guys, what's good? What's going on?
Hey, just grab bodies and throw them on fire. That's it.
Cool,
Yeah,
man.
Just burn the body,
No
grab
problem.
bones. And then
You sure you don't want this guy's head chopped off?
But then, like, you got B who stops, you got Puppet who either doesn't see
I
it.
tunnel vision, like
Yeah.
I tunnel vision real bad, and it when I like, especially in shooters, Warzone, Apex, whatever.
Well,
I will tunnel
honest,
vision.
to be honest, it's hard not to be truthful, like, because it's
Yeah.
hard to like keep your focus on two separate things, even if they are side by side like that.
So
Just
like
stop
I'll
your
tunnel
character, bro.
vision, and then like when I'm out of like a firefight or whatever, then I'll look over and be like, okay, this is what happened. Hey, thank you for this. Da 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 da. While still moving forward, and hope to God I don't get shot at. But yeah, it comes with time and it comes with experience. Like my setup that you see now, is completely different from
Kayla just walked through.
Kayla, get the look up at my monitor, please. You're still very much in view. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you realize this, but you would have drawn less attention to yourself just walking through than trying to get on the floor and crawl through.
Papa's right. If you would have just walked through, you'd attracted less attention to yourself. Would you like to go sit down now?
Yes.
Okay, go sit down. Did you throw your phone?
Yes, I went.
She was gonna straight up army crawl it.
So the thing that made me like think about it is because I have my feet on the floor and I feel vibrations, and all of a sudden I just felt kadoom on my feet, like vibration on my feet. I'm like, did you
fall?
I was like, did you just fall? And I turn around and I just see her head poking through the door on all fours. I'm like, the fuck are you doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, Kayla.
Ladies and gentlemen, my girlfriend.
Sorry.
But no, definitely. Keeping up with chat is very important for, you know, especially if you're a new streamer. If you're a new streamer, having that engagement, I'll talk from experience. When you're sitting there talking to your chat and they're chatting back with you, it makes that much more enjoyable to have that interaction back and forth.
It does.
It does. Very much so.
And I will talk from the hand of not having a moving chat. When my chat does start moving, I'm more aware of my chat.
Yeah.
As to where if there's 20, 30 minutes where there's no chat activity and then something happens, I'm generally in the middle of something and I can't really take the time to look and interact. But it's generally like a minute or two later when that slows down, and then I'm able to.
Yeah.
Just stop your character, bro.
Well, you know, it's, when you're in the middle of getting shot and shooting at people, it's hard to stop your character and live.
What?
They're a T-Rex, man. They're there.
You know. but no, like it's and even when like I have nights where I don't have any chat activity sometimes. I'm not if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I'm still streaming and I'm having fun and I'm playing with B and Hollow or another friend of ours, or we're just having a good time.
Yeah.
Um, and that's the main thing. Have fun with what you're doing because if you don't, it shows.
It does.
No, definitely, definitely.
To kind of touch back on something from the last podcast, like one of the things that we had told new streamers, like when you're coming into it as advice, don't do it by yourself. That's kind of where it ties into what Puppet's saying. Have friends that you play with, things like that, because that way it's not you going live. It's not like, oh my god, I got this pressure on me. I got to keep up with chat. I got to do this, or even like Puppet's talking about nights where you don't have anything. That's the thing. You got friends that you enjoy playing with, that you have a good time with. Hit the live button. Leave chat to the side for the moment. If something talks or someone talks, by all means, talk to them, make conversation. But if not, it's just another night of gaming with your buddies. You didn't lose any game time, you nothing off your back or anything of that nature, and that's how you treat it going forward. You just, I'm having fun with my friends. Chat will come.
Because here's the thing to that. Anything that you're doing stream wise is potential content for TikTok, for Instagram stories, for YouTube shorts, for YouTube video,
Yes.
for anything.
What's YouTube? I'm just kidding.
Right, yeah. But like that, and that's something that the three of us now are being more aware of. We're getting content to be able to make input on TikTok. We're able to get content to make a compilation. Listen, I rage in a very unique way. I'm very silent, but my face is very animated.
Yeah, you could
And
literally be playing Battlefield and slide down his windshield, and he won't even know he hit you.
I didn't hit you. You were
No,
dead
no,
on the
no, I was about to
windshield, and I
say
didn't know you was dead.
Oh, my
You
bad.
just
That
slid
must have been
down the windshield.
that must have been another time.
So let's go ahead. There, for anybody that's also curious, Puppet has a video called "A Quiet Riot," and that's what we called it, Puppet's Quiet Riot. And what it is he's not joking. His face is animated as fuck, and he plays with his mic. So quite a few times in the video, it was like you see him just go like, it's like, come on, man, speak your truth. And nah, I'm not gonna do that.
Hey, Hollow, don't turn your mic off with your nose. I've seen that happen before.
Yeah, you muted that thing with.
Oh, I can do that.
You've done it before. You did it
Yeah.
when you first got it.
Yeah, but I have it tilted back more, so I thought
Yeah.
it would actually perch my lips more to do it. But I actually still can do it. I just did it and unmuted it.
So
Go ahead.
I was just gonna kind of touch in with that as well. Guys, most of my chat, if I'm sitting here, I'm a guy that'll bust your balls in game. If I'm in chat with you, I'm gonna bust your
He
balls.
is. He is.
And most of my chat is gonna bust your balls too, because they just kind of jump on the bandwagon, and it's great. Ask
They
Hollow.
will.
Yeah.
They will.
Okay, you want to keep going on this? Like, yeah, okay.
Oh no, it's fantastic. I love every bit of it. Like my chat goes all out on it.
Who's driving that vehicle? Listen here, y'all can fuck right off.
B's chat 99.9% of the time for like a solid week one time was just, hey, let's make fun of Hollow. And like straight up, I was the butt of every motherfucking joke. And I couldn't say anything either because anything I said got twisted into a joke. And so, yeah, it was just one of those nights where it was like, I'm going to talk where it needs to be talked. And then I'm just going to sit here and, where's my game?
It was such a good time though. People loved it. People loved it. And people love you, Hollow.
But there again, it's content.
It is. It is. There's a video of B for his chat, for the sake of chat, picks me up in Wildlands in a helicopter while I'm AFK and drops that motherfucking helicopter upside down onto the ground. And his whole chat
That
is
was
staring
great.
at the helicopter, just laughing away. And I'm come back going, what the fuck is this? And I'm just sitting in a helicopter that's just spinning and making noises and alarming. I'm like, oh my God.
What's funny about that though is I looked right at my chat and I said, "Hey guys, watch this."
Hey, guys, watch. If anybody is all curious, it is up on TikTok, on my TikTok. It is there, and it's got Bee's cam too and everything, so you can see. I'm like, hey guys, watch this. I got this. Like,
Now, see, and
9/10 of that game was fucking with Hollow.
where I come from, the statement before that would have been, "Hey guys, watch this." It would have been like, "Hey, someone hold my beer.
Here, hold this for me.
Hold this."
Yeah, very much so. That me and Puppet are from nearly the same neck of the woods, so yeah, that statement rings true in both.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
What is the Oregon phrase for that? Is it still hold my beer, or do y'all have like?
Oh, it's definitely hold my beer. It's actually hold my fourth beer, but
hold my fourth. It's like I'm four. Well, I mean, you did just run to the mailbox, you know.
I don't want to talk about it. Okay.
We have other sayings like, "What in the hell is Bubba doing?" If you hear that, just be on the lookout because something's fixing to happen.
Bubba's having a good time. That's what's happening.
There's also where'd the moonshine go?
Oh God.
Bubba's
got it.
In my family, it's hey, has anyone seen Uncle Matt? Who? Yeah.
Why do I feel like I'm Bubba?
No, you're not Bubba. So just a story for the whole my Uncle Matt. We tricked him one year while we were hunting.
Why does this not sound good already?
Oh, it was not. We almost killed him.
Oh no.
So Uncle Matt, or no, I'm sorry, Uncle Mike. Matt's normally involved with us in getting Uncle Mike. If you hear where's Uncle Mike, or has anyone seen Uncle Mike, Mike's the one that we generally prank. Matt's generally the one who comes up with the idea for the prank, and I make it happen. So Matt came up with the idea. So in our family, when we go hunting, we generally go hunting and we got whiskey.
Ooh, this is already.
Uncle Mike is a wild turkey kind of person.
Ooh.
And he doesn't come with like a little fifth. He comes with like a bottle. Uncle Mike was in a tree stand with his bottle, and we'd been there for about 3 hours. And I knew that the bottle was almost gone. I knew it. Brand new bottle too. So impressive the amount he drank so fast. So I had took an RC car, and I rigged up one of our foam deer targets. And I sent this some bitch running through the woods past this tree stand.
Oh no.
We hear the shot. And then we hear a loud thud.
He fell off
that bitch. He had shot himself out of the tree stand.
Oh no.
Hey, there it goes.
So now we are all running to check on Uncle Mike to make sure he's alive. And the first thing out of Uncle Mike's mouth is, "Did someone shoot that son bitch? It was huge." Uncle Mike, can you feel your legs? Yeah, they're moving. Okay. I don't think you got to worry about that thing getting away. Why? Because it's on an RC car.
It's got to come back for fresh battery. Come on now.
Oh, yeah, we almost killed Uncle Mike with a prank.
I want to know how fucking mad he was about that.
He was too drunk to be mad.
I mean, fair play. Fair play.
Now, the next day when he was trying to figure out why he felt like he'd been hit by a train, he was not happy. But it was good. It was a good time. But that also kind of goes back, Uncle Mike. When I was coming out of high school, I was interested in joining the Marines. My family's always been a military family. It's just what we did. The Marines had me because of my aptitude test. I was able to go in under demolitions rather than going in as a grunt, essentially.
He was gonna be a pink mist.
Yeah, they had me. The paperwork was done. Everyone in the family had checked the paperwork. It was right. There was no hidden strings. I was going in under demolitions. Like my first year and a half, I was going to be in AT schools.
Okay.
And then of course that fell through because I had a bout in high school where I got put on antidepressants and I didn't know it was antidepressants. So it DQ'd me from being able to go to the military. But Uncle Mike realized this one day, and he was like, "God damn, son, why didn't you just lie about that?" He goes, "Do you know how much of the cul-de-sac we could have cleared out with some of your C4?"
Oh my god.
Uncle Mike, if that thing went boom, my ass is going in the yard.
New neighbors all around though.
He was like, "Yeah, but we could have cleared out that hillside quick." This is my Uncle Mike.
Think of the fishing you could do. I'm kidding.
Hey, I was like, we would have cleared out the hill, not the hillside. The hill would have been gone, Uncle Mike, knowing you. He goes, "Nah, I just would have used maybe half a brick. The hill would have been gone." Okay.
Damn.
Boom, kaboom.
He was trying to knock down the city block, apparently.
So in other words, Uncle Mike's a man we need to avoid when he's got ideas, huh?
Uncle Mike is my best friend when he gets ideas because I'm the one who generally also makes those happen. Yeah, he's got
Next episode, Puppet's gonna be missing.
Next episode, it's where's Waldo? Puppet edition.
We're gonna be two nuts, one sack from now on.
I mean, but it happens. Like I'm the one in the family that I was always curious. I had procured a copy of a very popular, not so popular book. I made things go boom. It just was my nature. I was the family's demolitions expert.
You were essentially an expert pyrotechnician, just boom.
Yes. Yeah, shit went but I was not allowed to have Play-Doh.
Puppet he lit all of the fireworks on 4th of July.
Puppet made Play-Doh C4.
Puppet made Play-Doh go kaboom. I also was not allowed to do the fireworks on 4th of July because I'd line them all up just right and I'd hairspray lighter the shit and everything go off at once and we were done.
Puppet's walking around the block saying, "Hey, taste my Play-Doh. Taste my spaghetti."
But yes, I was
out why the whole city block just went poof and
I was the pyrotechnic of the family, as well as the techie of the family. So it kind of hand in hand.
So you were the pyrotechie.
Yeah, I was the pyrotechie.
See, I'm just pyro. Like I like fire, not necessarily explosions. I was the kid who found out a way.
I like turtles.
I was the kid who was figuring out concoctions to actually put on a blade that would keep the blade lit on fire as I swung it.
I had a history teacher who hated but loved me at the same time. You lived next door to my best friend that I was always at his house, and in the middle of the night, her mailbox would explode. And then the next day, there would be a new mailbox there. And this went on for a good 3 months. And then finally, one day, she bought one of those double-door huge plastic ones. And I put the mailbox up, of course. And then I was like, I wonder if I could blow that thing up.
Damn it.
And I tried.
FBI, open up.
It was semi-successful. I blew the doors off the thing. But those plastic double-door mailboxes are pretty sturdy.
B, were you known for anything as a child?
I was just a kid.
Listen,
I was a kid who liked video games and anime too much. Like I said, I tried to make it a reality.
I was the kid that accidentally figured out you could take toilet bowl cleaner and make it go boom.
Don't.
I
wait,
also
hold
was
on,
not.
Do we,
I,
wait, hold on. Do we
yeah,
actually
yeah,
want to say that on a podcast? There's gonna be a lot of kids that go, "Ooh, toilet bowl cleaner."
yeah.
Boom.
You know, it's not a deadly boom. It's just a loud boom. That's it.
Look
Um,
at B's
but
face.
I was also the kid that what would you say? I'd make things go boom, but I could also do just about anything with a computer.
So, how's the weather over there in Tennessee?
Hot, too hot to be making things go boom.
Oh fuck.
Boom.
Oh god. So so where we want to go from here now that we know Puppet is a pyrotechnician?
Boom.
Boom. Okay.
I prefer not to go boom. I'm gonna stay on the other side of boom.
I never made a boom that was harmful to anyone.
I mean,
Me either.
See, look, I have all digits. I have all digits, so that should tell you everything I made was semi-safe.
Semi-safe.
Semi.
Oh my god.
Uncle Mike's garage caught fire because of me one time. That was a bad one, but
What is with you and fucking with Uncle Mike? The poor guy just wants to live his life, bro.
because Uncle Mike is easy to fuck with.
Here he is, just enjoying life, and his garage catches fire, and he
Uh,
falls
he-
out of a tree stand.
Now he did come in one day and I set his counter on fire. Like he came in as I was lighting the counter on fire. And he freaked out and then it burned out and nothing was damaged. He goes, "The hell did you just do?" I was like, "Hydrogen peroxide burns clean. Leaves nothing, doesn't damage anything."
It also, kids, you use hydrogen peroxide to clean your wounds.
Yes. It's multifaceted.
Multifaceted.
Which is actually what it's technically supposed to be used for, but I mean,
It can also make napalm.
it can clean wounds.
B. Oh fuck.
Here we are
Okay.
trying to have a good time.
We're
And we're teaching kids how to set shit on
we're
fire.
gonna backtrack here.
Yeah.
Backtrack.
This may not make it into the podcast. I don't know. But yeah, no.
You need to just leave it in. Just all one
Anyways,
shot.
back to the topic of streaming.
Where were we? No.
All right, how about this? We'll just reset here and talk about like basically do's and don'ts, hardware and software, and just all around the way you act on stream or what you would do on stream or something like that. Because believe it or not, a lot of people don't understand there is an etiquette to streaming. There is an etiquette to streaming, and there's an etiquette to being in someone's chat, and I believe that it's been lost a lot here recently.
Don't talk about me like that.
Like for instance, I'll just start off with like don't of being in someone's chat. Do not self-promote right off the bat unless you A, know that person is okay with self-promoting and they have told you or told the chat, or B, they have a function for self-promoting, because some chats do have that. They have a command or something like that, or shout out. Or
A lot of the times the streamer will promote you.
Yeah, exactly. The streamer or a mod in that stream will do shout outs or something like that for the people. But please, for the love of God, do not go into anybody's. And this does not just apply to the 3 people in this podcast. Just don't. It's just not a good thing. It doesn't start.
I'm
off
always going in Hollow's chat. Hey, check me out, bro.
It just doesn't start a relationship outright to come in someone's chat, especially if they don't know you, you haven't talked, and you're just like, hey, go check this channel. It's like, whoa, hold on a minute. Wait a second. Like, take 2 steps back here.
Yeah. For instance, when I go in chats, I never mention that I'm a streamer.
Yeah.
Now if the person knows me and they know that I stream and they're running into issues, I will try to help them through their chat if I can. Or they will generally ask, "Hey, have you ran into this issue with whatever OBS?"
Yeah. A lot of the times, big streamers will actually ask you too. Hey,
Yes.
do you stream?
Yes.
Then it's okay to talk about it, you know.
Yeah.
And also, if another thing, if you join someone's Discord, don't just spam like your stream and stuff.
Yeah.
Generally look in the Discord. There's generally a channel of how you promote yourself.
Hmm.
When you get ready to go live, put your link in there and let it happen. But don't just be like, hey, I'm going live, or hey, I'm going live this time, this time, this time, this time, all throughout just general chat.
Yeah.
Hey,
Um,
I'm going live Monday through Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
But that's
yeah,
different. B. This is
that's
you're part of
different.
this podcast.
Yeah,
That
you're
you're
Oh,
allowed to
this,
you're
this
oh,
allowed
is
to do
part of
that.
your thing. You're
Yeah.
supposed
oh
to plug yourself.
shit!
Yeah. But
Damn
yeah,
it!
no, I 100% agree with that. Like, there is a channel for it, and the best way that you can self promote in the first place is quote unquote networking. Talk to
It
people,
ain't.
build
It's
a
not quote
relationship.
unquote networking. It is networking.
Well, I just
Network. Build a relationship with the streamer.
yeah. Well, a lot of people have a like for the longest time. I'll speak from experience on this one. For the longest time, I had a broken definition of networking. It was explained and given to me in a bad sense, and I didn't understand that it also meant, hey, I got to talk to people outside my
Yeah.
stream.
Yeah.
Networking in general is just like Puppet said, relationships. You go into their chats. I mean, not even just their chats, either Discord. Discord is a great function. It's a great function to use in just everyday life. Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing today? How's everybody's work day? How's y'all's evening? I mean, fuck, go in Beast Discord, man. We see food. We get to see everyday life. We get selfies. We got everything, man. I mean, shit. Like, and that's what I'm saying. It's just like build a relationship with that person. Make them want to come to you. Don't sit there and like smack them in the face with your banner, going, "Hey, here, take this. Look at this." Like,
That's like
Right.
somebody trying to sell their mixtape on the streets of Las Vegas.
Yeah.
yeah, it ain't happening.
So, like, case in point, there's a streamer that I watch that I'm actively part of his community. Um, I jumped in. I went and hung out with him a few weeks ago when I had downtime, was free, was able to catch his streams because generally my schedule coincides with when he's also live and I'm not able to be in the streams. But when I am, I jump in, I chat, I know everyone that's in that chat, they know me. Out of nowhere, the streamer just shouts me out. He's like, "Hey, I don't know if many of y'all know this, but he's a streamer. He's a relatively newer streamer. If you get a chance, go check him out. This is what he was playing last. He's a really cool dude. I've talked to him personally, in Discord calls. We've hung out. We've done this. He's very cool and he has a unique story." My immediate response was, "Yo, you didn't have to do that. I appreciate it and thank you, but I'm just here like everyone else to enjoy the stream."
I'm just
Yeah.
here to chill, bro.
And he was like, "I know that." He says, "But you're a really good dude. Like
I mean, you're
relationships
all
build
right,
that."
I guess.
Yeah, I always say I'm an asshole. That's just me.
Nothing
Um,
up from there, but there from
but
there.
it's that's a prime example of networking done right. You build a
I mean, it's
relationship, you make a friendship, and they will have your back when you least expect it.
Yeah.
Case in point, the dude above me,
who, that guy?
both of these
Or
guys.
be other way. This
Um,
way.
On my screen, you're over here. So I'll go like
Okay,
this.
but hold on.
Yeah.
The recording for recording purposes, it's this way.
Oh,
Sorry.
but
I'm just
no,
gonna go that way.
so when my computer went down and I was having to stream from the Mac back here, one of the people that I never anticipated even you know thinking about me was you, V. In all honesty, and then it was almost every Tuesday. It was almost guaranteed that I was getting a raid from him, and he didn't have to. Never asked him to. I was so inactive that I wasn't even in chats at that point because I was so like just down because I was streaming from a damn Frankenstein computer. Uh, it wasn't the best, and it it was really hard on me as well. So I didn't want to like I just didn't want to really do much on Twitch other than, hey, I'm here, I'm helping out so and so. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Um and then when I did get my computer, there was that re-energize or that uh, breath of fresh air, and then I was back into the communities, I was back into this, and I was back with in the gunfights like I hadn't missed a beat. And then I met Hollow, and everything just kind of formed to where now we're generally
It
talking to each
formed to
other
this
90,
bullshit.
90
What
yeah,
the? Oh.
yeah, we're talking to each other about 90% of the damn day. You know, it happened naturally, and it's one of those things that I wouldn't trade for the world.
No, never.
Nah. We do I. We hang in there. We hang out.
We
We
hang
we
in
do
there.
I.
B, did we hit
I
on all
mean,
cylinders on the networking and everything? Because in my opinion, out of the three of us, I would put you as the networking guru. You have the bigger
Yeah,
personality. You have the biggest personality of
you're the
us.
best networking.
here's the thing, guys. Is yeah, I network. I do, but I don't see it as networking. I'm building friendships, building relationships, building. Basically, I'll hang out with people that I think I can get along with. That's
Mhm.
really what it is. I mean, I like hanging out with people. So it's not even on the set goal of networking. I don't really see it as networking. I'm just more building friendships, building, you know, long-term friendships, short-term friendships, whatever it builds to be. And I've met a lot of cool people along the way, and that's really what I'm in it for, is to meet these cool people and just hang out with them.
Yeah.
That's all networking really is. Don't think of it as like networking, because that makes it sound like a job. It makes it sound like work.
Mm.
Don't put work into it. Go in, be yourself, hang out, talk with these people, and everything else will fall into place.
Okay.
It really will. Um,
Trying to figure out why you came
and
in my chat if you hang out with people
and
that you think you can get along with.
I don't know. I think
and
I get along with you all right.
I
in
know.
case in point in that, like B said, yeah, me and Hollow are referring to it as networking. But in all honesty, down to the roots of it is you're just building a friendship with someone. That's the fundamentals of networking. Especially that's the fundamentals of networking as a small streamer. Just build friendships and everything else will happen the way it should. Like wheels will start moving on their own.
Yeah,
Wheels you didn't even know were there, honestly.
tons of them. So I kind of have another thing we can kind of touch on,
All right.
and it's I'm gonna put it this way: what is the biggest hurdle of you guys starting streaming? What was the one thing that really kind of you were nervous about, you were uneasy about getting into streaming? I
Like
can go first if you guys would like me to,
I
just to
just
kind of set example.
I was gonna ask for a little like so do you mean before I started stream or before we started streaming or after we had already started and it turned out to be
Before,
a hurdle?
Like
before,
okay,
what
so
what
you're
what stopped
before
you
you hit the live button
from?
the very
Yeah.
first time.
Okay, so
Gotcha.
basically you were looking at the beast going, "Oh God," and what was I worried or just
Yeah,
nervous about? Okay,
like for
okay,
me, my biggest thing was talking to people I don't know.
hmm,
It was really kind of breaking out of my shell and really kind of getting to know these people and talking with these people and driving conversation with these people for people I don't know, because it's a completely new ballpark for me. Like before I started streaming, completely shy guy, kept to myself, never really kind of I'm not really outgoing. But if you looked at me then compared to now, you would see two different people.
yeah,
I mean, yeah, I'm still shy outside of stream stuff like that, but I will talk to you. I'll get a conversation going, and that's one thing that stream has really helped me kind of open up on, is I can talk to people a lot more easy, and I can bring conversation in that people are like, "Hey, I haven't really talked about this. This is a great conversation," and it really kind of feeds into it. So my biggest hurdle was really kind of opening up and talking on stream.
uh, I'll go next on this one. So to be honest, I told y'all on the first podcast, I'm a very shy person. I kind of same as you be, and I think same as Puppet as
Yeah.
well. I think all three of us are innately shy or kept to themselves to a certain extent. Um, so I don't want to say the same thing you did because that was part of mine. I looked at it, I'm like, oh my god, I just got to keep these chats going, being able to find middle ground with people.
Yeah.
But something else that popped into my head, and I guarantee it pops in a lot of people's heads, is well, except maybe B. B's a master at it. Handling trolls. Handling people who inadvertently took time out of their day just to come in and try to shit on someone else's day. That was something that, like, because I've seen it happen so many times before in
Yeah.
chats and comments and things of that nature. Is like, how am I going to react as a person to this? Like, because I personally, especially the last 5 years of my life, I have become a very short fused person. I'll admit it. I know I am. It doesn't take a whole lot sometimes. um, so like that was kind of my thing. Like, how am I going to react to this? Is it going to be something where they hit just in the right spot and upset or throw me off the deep end or whatever? It's just part of one of those things. Just the thick skin talk. Essentially, try to have thick
Yeah.
skin going into it to a certain extent. And if it is something like, say, you got something going on in your life or a big hurdle in your life just happened, and it's something that's a sore spot for you, try to steer conversations away from it. Try not to allude to it because I promise you they will press that button if they find it.
Yeah.
But that was another big like monster in the closet for streaming. Other than talking, for me, is just worry. I was worried about that.
Yeah. Puppet, what about you? What's your main hurdle that you were trying to get over when you first were thinking about going live?
Oh, my biggest hurdle was the fact that I'm a very private individual. Um, I don't really share a lot of my personal details or personal life, this, that, and the other. I got to the point where, due to like past relationships and stuff like this, I really didn't trust people. I really didn't, in all honesty, I really didn't like people.
Mhm.
I was better off just sticking to myself and being in my own. I'd go to work, I'd do my job, I'd come home, and that was it. Um, it was literally opening that door because once you hit that live button, you're out there.
Yep.
Um, Everything going on in the background is at will.
Yeah,
Anything that gets said in the background that gets picked up is now at will.
yeah,
So I've got to open myself up to the fact that it's not going to be as private as I used to be. Um, Now, when I say I didn't really like people, that didn't mean that if someone started a conversation, that I would not, have a conversation. I would have a conversation. I would talk to people if I ran into people and they started talking in public. But at the same time, I could also go without it.
almost like
Um,
circumvent or avoid it if necessary or
yeah,
need be.
like I don't like going to Walmart because you see everyone and their mother there, and I really don't want to have to talk to people, and I don't want
Especially in
people
small
ask.
town.
Yeah, I don't want people asking, well, hey, where you been? What you been up to? How's so and so? How's things going with this person? I didn't want to relive some things.
Yeah, yeah,
And I didn't want to have to explain, this, that, and the other. I've always told people, look, you can say whatever you want to about me. You can tell whoever whatever you want. Don't care because it's going to be your truth and in whatever.
Yeah.
mhm,
What really happened and what you're going to tell people is two different things. And it
yeah,
is what it is.
yeah,
Um I've been the bad guy in many situations, and that's fine. I don't care. It's my personality. I'll be the bad guy. If that's what helps you sleep at night, good for you. It's no skin off my back. I could care less what this person next to me thinks about me because I know who I am.
I'm gonna
And
sleep really good tonight.
if they want, yeah, if they want to get to know me, and learn, then cool. I'll talk to you and I'll let you know who I am. You want to believe what someone else says, then that's on you. That's I can't control that.
It's not my job to chase down gossip.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but that was my hardest thing. That was also the hardest thing that I had on choosing what platform I was going to stream on.
Oh, okay,
Uh,
yeah.
because one platform, you're out there, and if you don't set it up right, it's you, and they have access to who your family is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't. I've got two very amazing, wonderful sisters that if something was going on with me, I didn't want people reaching out to them. Hey, is so and so okay? Is this what's going on? I didn't want them bothered with it.
Yeah.
Uh, and that was also something that was a hurdle on figuring out which platform I wanted to go to.
I can understand that
But yeah,
because
though
I'm the
that
same way on
that
that.
was that was my hurdle before I ever hit the live. But I wanted to, and my family was encouraging me to. But I had to break through that shell of, am I going to be okay with opening myself up to the public?
Right.
Okay.
Now, granted, for I would have to in order for me to achieve the dream that I want. So I did. Uh, I'm also one who thinks bigger picture than smaller picture all the time. So
So I'm kind of bad for that. I'll be truthful. I'm more of a house tomorrow gonna go thing rather than trying to keep an eye on the horizon all the time, and that's a downfall of myself.
I'm a very strategic person. Before I do anything, I try to figure out any and every possible thing that I can run across. Now, am I going to think of everything? No. That's why I say any and everything possible that I can think of that I will run across
Yeah.
before I ever open my mouth about anything.
Yeah.
For
But
sure.
that's just me, and that was my biggest hurdle.
Hmm.
And now look where we're all at.
Right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's all it is, guys. Getting over that first initial hurdle and really just running with it like you're running to your mailbox.
I can't. Sorry, I can't get that out of my head now. I hope Puppet puts that in the fucking initial when he sees it. I really hope so because that's fucking. That was really good.
Hey, you
Um,
know what? I told you how it was.
Weebles wobble, but they never fall down.
And I didn't fall.
No, I like that question, B. You got any more like that under your arsenal over there, Mr. Brain Cap? I mean, Jesus.
Shit. What's 2 plus 2?
Okay,
Fish.
here's one that I'm going to throw out there that people looking to stream also think about.
All right.
How did you come to choose the platform that you chose to stream on? Like what was its big draw that was like, okay, yeah, I want to stream here rather than here.
Twitch is all I knew. So
I,
that's what I went with. I mean, that's plain and simple. That's what it was for me.
I mean, I hate to say it, but that's kind of the similar answer to me is at the time uh nothing else really had a live platform so to say other than like I
Mixer
mean
maybe. Oh well, that was before.
yeah, that was before.
Yeah.
So like cuz when I started like over 3 years ago like I hope we don't mind us dropping names here but like this but YouTube didn't have its live platform. Facebook gaming wasn't a thing. Mixer wasn't a
I don't think
thing.
Mixer was. Yeah,
If it was, it was so low that it wasn't even thought of. Like it was just an idea in a box
I think it
somewhere.
was more or less of a Xbox, hey, go live
yeah.
kind of
I
thing
think
when
I
it
think it
first
was.
initially dropped.
I think it was a thing when you started Hollow, but I think it was just like an Xbox thing where, hey, we have this Mixer thing.
Oh, well, that might
You
be
can
why.
go
I
live and broadcast.
Cause I had
Yeah.
never even heard of it until the whole big push where big Twitch names moved over to Mixer and
Yeah.
then the whole Mixer thing. So
Yeah.
so like I didn't even know about it. So for me, it was just the fact of like hey, To answer this question for y'all, it was, do I want to do more live content where you can actually see me for me and just, get in there, get it done, say hi to everybody, or am I going to go YouTube side where, I'm editing, trying to, like, because the big thing about me is when I do step foot into something and I do want to do something, I'm a perfectionist from hell about it. Like, I will beat myself into the ground if I don't like something, and if I can't figure it out, it's gonna bug me even more. And
Yeah.
so live streaming kind of took that arrow away. It kind of made me a little more lenient because it's like, all right, I gotta understand that everything's not gonna go 100% perfect. Audio levels not perfect, video not always perfect, internet not always perfect. It's just like one of them things. Like, just go with the flow, have fun with it,
Yeah.
do what you got to do. So that's, for me personally, that was why Twitch was mine.
Hell yeah. And then we kind of heard puppets.
Yeah. Was there
Well,
any
kind
other
of.
options? Was there any other options
Uh,
besides the other one for you that you wanted thought about?
yes, yes. When I first started, was right before Mixer was like shut down out of nowhere. So
Yeah.
I actually started looking into it back in like the beginning of that year.
Uh-huh.
And Mixer was still live. It is still a thing, and it was doing okay. Um, like I'd set up a Mixer account. I'd got my stream key for Mixer. I'd got it for Twitch. I got it for YouTube. Like I had I had those three platforms. Because I was okay with those three. The other one I was a little gun shy with because it was now I the appeal to it was new,
Yeah, it was
and there
new and
was a chance
everybody's
to be
looking
able
that
Yeah.
way.
to
Grow
solidify
with it.
there. Yes, that was a very appealing thing, but long run, I ruled it out because of what I said. It was
Yeah.
very personal, and I had to be very careful. And if I didn't set it up right, then I was messed out of the gate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I ended up going with because I initially thought maybe I would do Mixer because it was smaller and it's still relatively new and it had a growth. And I also had a very good friend of mine that was on Mixer and was a partner,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and he was kind of helping me along with things. Um, and then out of the blue, boom, we're shutting down. So that one took that one out of the table. I tried streaming. I tried one stream on YouTube. I really didn't like that. Because it was still relatively new and all the features weren't like kicked out.
Just kind of felt clunky.
Yeah, it was still like you could tell that they were still working on things. So I went with Twitch because I like how the chat works. I like the emotes. I like the subs. I like the fact of people can gift subs,
Hmm.
which is
Yeah.
still something YouTube doesn't have the ability of gifting subs. Um, Now the other platforms did, which was nice. Because I was one of those that maybe someone feels like paying it forward. Hey, I'm gonna give five subs to people that and it randomly pick them, or I will personally give five different subs, whatever.
That's a good
Um,
feeling when you
yeah.
can gift subs.
Um, and that's something that I've always kind of been that's been very appealing to me.
Hmm.
Um, but ultimately, I went with Twitch because Twitch is kind of what I'd been watching. I never really watched anything on Mixer. Of course, I watched my buddy, and then there was like a few other people that I'd watch on Mixer. But for the most part, I was always on Twitch, and that's where I'd formed relationships and formed friendships with people. And I was like, yeah, I'll just go live on Twitch.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I chose mine. It was I tested the waters with this one, didn't really like the way it felt. Tested the waters here, ruled this one out, and then was like, all right, this is the platform that I'm going to pursue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that was my journey on which platform I was picking.
I gotcha. How are we looking on time, boys?
We're still good. We had about 15, 20 minutes of fuck around time at the beginning. So,
All right. Well, I have a final question,
well, hold on one second.
but if we got enough time,
What was yours?
I already said it.
You told us why you chose Twitch?
Because it was all I knew.
Oh, okay.
Plain and simple.
I thought
That's all I
sorry.
knew. That's
Sorry,
literally all I got, guys.
Sorry, I thought that was a joke answer. I didn't realize that was literally like that's all we got.
Well, what can I say? My life's a joke.
Let's see. But just to give you aspect of time, we still have close to like 25 minutes, honestly. So,
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and throw the question out there because I think we can really
I
get
was-
into this.
we can always
I was
So go
going
ahead,
to say, you can throw it out, and if we end up covering it now, then
We'll just
you've
move
got time
on.
to think of a different one or
Yeah, yeah.
whatever.
So this one kind of comes out or goes out to all of like the gaming people. Okay. If you guys could recommend one game, that's it,
Whew.
to someone out there for either being a solid campaign, multiplayer, anything of the sort, what game would you recommend to somebody who's looking for a new game to play? Or not, it doesn't even have to be a new game. It could be an old game. Something on like Nintendo 64, NES.
Now, just for clarification, just to make sure, are we talking about just to play or as a streamer?
Yeah, I think he's talking about just in general to play.
You know what?
He addressed it
Let's
as
go
like
both.
gaming.
Let's go both.
One for
What
Both?
would let's
for
let's go
just
one on
gaming,
one. What
for
game would
streaming?
you suggest streaming, and what game would you suggest playing just for playing?
Holy crap!
I know it's kind of a tough question, but
I was gonna say that's a really tough question to answer because everyone's palate is different. Because some people like certain genres and can't stand others. Now I will say, uh, just to sit and play and enjoy. Um, if you have a Switch, Breath of the Wild is great. It's got a great story. It's fun to play. You can play it for hours and not realize it. Now, like if you have something that is, if you don't have a Switch and you've got, you know, like Xbox, PlayStation, cross-platformed, honestly, probably would be.
Do you need a moment to think? And
Yeah, probably.
okay, because I was gonna say keep it talking if you need a moment.
Yeah, go ahead.
The for just sit and play. I know a lot of people have played the series, but I also know, like for me, instance, until I got a PC, I did not have access to it because of no Xbox. The Fable series, for just to sit down and play, I would highly suggest go through the Fable series. I've played the Fable Anniversary because my cousin shared it with me on Steam a few years back, and I'll be honest, I had so much fun with that game, and I probably sat down and just ground the shit out of it for in a weekend, like 2 or 3 days of play, and did like 60 hours or some shit, stupid shit like that. Um, like it was just it's a lot of fun as just to sit down and play, get lost in the story. For anybody who loves story games, because I am a story lover, I will like yeah, I'm a story lover. I'll go through every dialogue choice, go through every character if I got to eventually. Like I might do my initial playthrough, but then I'm gonna go back and go, ooh, let's find out what happens if I do this. Like type
yeah,
of deal.
no, definitely.
So and as
Eh,
for go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to say if it was going to be anything that would be available on all platforms, I would probably say if you like stories, the Final Fantasy.
Uh
Oh no!
All right, guys, give us just a minute. The overlay might fuck up for everybody on YouTube. Puppet's computer probably just reset. We know this is an issue. he should be coming right back up. So if you see the camera shift and do some really wicked, stupid shit, just give us a minute. He'll be back. I promise.
We'll probably cut it out.
I wouldn't even cut it out. I mean,
Bloopers.
It just goes into what we've talked about. Like, you know, you could start from anywhere. We're sitting here filming a podcast, guys, and I mean, all we're technically using for this podcast is OBS and Discord to record. That's it, really.
Yeah.
Everything else, like the overlay you're seeing, that was the brainchild of Mr. Puppet Master. That was he made this as kind of like, I want this to look this way. And anything after the fact, like any After Effects, if it wasn't just uploaded raw, would also be an editing software, which, you know.
And we love it raw.
Ooh, baby. Nah.
No.
I guess we'll cover till he gets back and finish that one. Hopefully he'll have his game in mind.
We shouldn't continue the chat without him, though.
The only thing I'm worried about is the podcast listeners, the people who don't have audio or don't have video.
We can always edit too.
Yeah, I can edit that.
Oh, he's back. I did not know he was back. Your computer reset.
Technically, he never left the call, so it shouldn't have shifted the cameras.
It didn't shift the cameras this time. He was actually really lucky on that one. Well, not lucky, but like, you know what I mean. A lot of times it'll actually leave.
Yeah, I was very quick to get back into it.
Hey, there's Mr. Pup. What were you?
Hey, there's Mr. Pup.
Do you know what you were in the middle of saying? Like cross-platform game?
Oh yeah, cross-platform. Cross-platform, I would say Final Fantasy. The Final Fantasy franchise. Great story to it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah,
it's available. Generally, it's available on PlayStation, Xbox, PC, Switch.
Yeah.
You can get just about all of them on. Just about all of them on all platforms. And that's if you like story, RPG style.
All right.
Yeah, my one game that I would recommend as far as just a playthrough, because I think we've all done a playthrough game. We haven't really done a stream game yet.
No.
But I think the one game, and you guys are actually gonna think this is really funny because I'm mainly a first-person shooter game kind of style player, but the Elder Scrolls series.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I think Skyrim alone is worth the playthrough.
It is.
I played the shit out of that game. And it's one of those games where you'll get lost in it. You'll just kick back, and next thing you know, you're playing it for like a week straight going, oh shit, I should probably go to sleep. It's just one of those games. I enjoyed it a lot. So if you guys haven't gotten a chance to check out Skyrim or anything in the Elder Scrolls series, definitely do so. Highly recommended on my list.
Anybody got ideas on stream games? Because, I mean, I have a generalized statement that I could say, but I don't really know that I can think of, honestly, just one flat-out game to say to stream.
See, and that's kind of where I'm at, too, is I've kind of veered more towards the variety streamer kind of era.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing a lot of separate games, but if I were to actually recommend a game to play for someone getting to know their chat and really kind of getting the opportunity to chat with their chat, and say you're wanting to work on being more involved with your chat, Marbles on Stream is a good game to get that rolling with. Literally.
I was going to say, for me, the best game to recommend to try to stream and that you can have fun with is something that you could take a moment and not have to worry about, hey, am I getting shot at? Hey, is this happening? Hey, is that happening? So honestly, just about any RPG style game, Fable um,
Dragon Age.
Dragon Age, Final
Skyrim.
Fantasy, Skyrim.
Yeah.
Like, there's a plethora of really God of War,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
Dark Souls.
Halo playing the campaign, Dark Souls. If you want to have like a good rage compilation,
I'm gonna have to teach y'all to play Dark Souls. Apparently, God, everybody.
I don't like Dark Souls.
Oh, okay.
I've played it for 10
yeah,
minutes.
I don't like it.
I've beaten all of them but the third one. I just haven't sat down and played the third one yet.
I, in all honesty, get a Pokemon game. Play a Pokemon game if you're into that kind of game.
Yeah.
That's something that chat could just snap off at any moment. And you can just stop what you're doing and pay attention to chat and then go back to your game.
Yeah, let's not forget about Switch, guys. Like, there's plenty of Switch games out there that are, I mean, very, very chat friendly.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild. But they've got Pokemon on Switch.
Smash Bros.
Just about any style of RPG game is a good way to get in and be able to get yourself used to doing chat.
Dead by Daylight's been really good for, streaming.
Yeah, Dead by Daylight's a good one. I think Hollow at one point was working on a playthrough of Death Standing.
Stranding. Oh, you're right.
Stranding, yeah.
So yeah, for me on solos, I got to get back into that. But yeah, I was.
But
That was a fun watch.
It really is.
Y'all just like scaring me while I was playing it. That's all.
Well, that too. But
That's half the fun, bro.
But at the same time, anything that you can get your chat interactive with. So Marbles on Stream Racers,
Jackbox.
Jackbox Party
Jackbox,
Games.
Definitely.
Um,
Jackbox can be a little trolly though, so be careful
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah, but they do have things in place to help you with that, like the
Yes.
Twitch verifying and stuff.
Twitch
like that.
login.
That way you can hold people accountable for being a certain
Yeah.
type of way or anything like that.
but yeah, like anything to help you be able to take the time and be able to get used to your chat and everything. And honestly, a lot of those party games, people will just come into to hang out and play and talk and communicate. Marbles on Stream honestly is probably the best one because
Yeah.
I think there's people always looking for Marbles on Stream streamers that are
Always.
relatively low in views, just to kind
Yeah.
of jump in and play and then as people come in, the chat starts picking up and everything else.
My community nights are probably some of my biggest nights, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
They come in because they want to show off their balls.
Yeah.
It's true.
Sorry, I had to.
By all
Or
means.
Stream Racers, same thing.
Yeah.
They'll come in to race. They'll come in to race to show off what car they've got.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or
Like that super cool camoed friggin' RV that I want.
or you get people who are friends with the developers, or you get developers that jump in and they'll teach you something that you didn't know, like the boom.
That was crazy.
Yeah, the boom.
That was crazy. That guy was like, "Hey, check this out!" Boom.
Yeah, cars went flying. So, like anything like that would be what I would recommend. Something that you can really acclimate yourself. Or look for a game that's not super not super saturated with streams. Like COD's going to be heavily saturated. Apex is heavily saturated. Most of your shooters are split gate.
Anything coming out the gate that's new is going to be
any major
oversaturated.
new game. Like when Cyberpunk dropped, I can't tell you how many streams were going to Cyberpunk
Or
at
even
the
beta
midnight drop.
Beta games.
Yeah, beta games that give you access to be able to stream it.
Now beta is still I will touch on that though. Beta is still a good thing because especially if you're a small streamer and somebody who is more acclimated to hanging out with chat, you can give your community a chance, a more in-depth look, or even if, for instance, like take
Back for Blood.
Back for Blood back this weekend. Not only if you got the drop for it, they WB was actually giving codes to give out to friends. So, like, for instance, you could have things on your stream where it's like, a channel point giveaway that's relatively low. Like, come in, like, watch for 5-10 minutes, something, maybe get a point, or maybe 20 minutes, whatever you want to do. And it's like, hey, this earns you, we got 4 codes. Who wants them? Who wants to jump in with us?
Who
learn
wants
the
a code?
game? Exactly.
Yeah.
Things like that.
It's
Uh,
super interactive.
and it's something like that. That gives you a good way to make an incentive for them to like stay and chat and hang out.
The only reason I
You're
said
here
the
20
channel,
minutes. You got a channel redeem. Boom. All right. I've got 3. I've got 3 codes. 3 people can redeem it. You're there. If you're not able to enable the drop, if you can enable the drop,
go for it.
then after an hour of watching a stream, they get an access
Yeah.
sent to
Well,
their
boom.
WB account.
Yeah. The only thing, Pup, are you done with your idea? I was just making sure before I.
Yeah.
The only thing I think I can add to that, B gave you game more like a game. Puppet gave you a thought process. I'll kind of go with the thought process on this one. I agree with a lot that was said. Don't go with oversaturated. Like, essentially, don't go like COD and Apex and everything off the jump, unless I'll put an unless clause in there with my thought process. If you're okay with slow starts, not getting a whole lot of people coming in right away, that's fine. Because if that's what you enjoy, it goes back to what we said at the beginning. Play what you enjoy. Show that personality off. Show everybody who you are. And the other thing that I'll say is, don't be afraid of customs. Like, a lot of people forget about custom stuff and things like that. Like, if say, there's not a whole lot of streamers, at least big streamers, who are doing custom nights with communities and things like that. Like, if, say, Modern Warfare is your shit, run custom multis. If multi isn't your shit and you're more Warzone, run custom Warzones. I guarantee you will draw people in. And if you have a community already, it just gives them, like Pub was saying, gives them like a one-on-one, like, oh shit, let's get in with this guy. Let's see what we can do. Let's have some fun and everything like that. Yeah. And if the streamer is keeping their chat clean, like we wish a lot of streamers would, you're going to keep the trash talk down. You're going to keep the trolling down and all the BS down and just allow people to have fun.
Yeah.
So that's my little clause on that one. Is like, if you play the oversaturated, try to find you a unique thing for you about it, essentially, in a way. But I agree with everything else that Pup said. I mean, I can't. Pup pretty much hit it on the head with the thought process on how to go about it.
No, definitely.
Now, I will also throw in another one that is a lot of people don't really think about. If you're good with like having a bunch of people hanging out, just chatting is a really good way to start.
Yeah,
just go into
just
a
talking
just
to people.
just do a just chatting
Just
stream.
chatting.
Say you and some of your friends are all hanging out. Be like, hey, look, I'm gonna go live and we're just gonna broadcast this and let people come in and hang out with us.
Yeah, just shoot the shit.
Just chatting. If you're really good with like Photoshop, Illustrator, making logos, doing this, art.
I was
Art
about to
is
say,
a very
watch.
viable thing.
I'm gonna go live right now. No.
Essentially, yeah, if you do a podcast, you could go live doing a podcast. There's a category for it.
But yeah,
Hell yeah.
I didn't even think about, like, you started saying that, Pup, and I was about to say the same thing. Like, yeah, don't, like, if you have a talent, essentially, you can draw, even freehand, do freehand drawing. If you, I mean, shoot, she's a bigger name, but not crazy big. But y'all, does anybody know Ammunition? She played, I can't remember the game that she played, like Tarkov with Dr. Lupo and stuff every now and then. She did a stream, and I thought it was one of the coolest streams I'd ever watched, honestly. She put together one of those big-ass Lego Millennium Falcons on a just chatting
Hell
stream.
yeah.
I mean,
See,
that's all
I want to do shit like that.
Yeah. Like, that's
because I love building Legos. That's my shit.
Yeah, so things like that. Like, I mean, if you're good at card games, and like I've seen these guys that are doing the unpacking now, like draft packs and stuff like that. They'll go through and break down what comes out of a pack, how to build a deck, how to do this, how to do that. Like that's what I'm saying. Like if you have a
Yeah.
skill set or something that you're good at, or even something you just have fun with and you got a passion for it, put it on IRL or just chat
Yeah,
in
see?
and just go about it. Talk to people about it.
I-
You will find other people who have that interest and passion with you.
I've thought about taking my phone out on the paintball field. Why not?
I mean, I told you to do it at Super Games. No, sure.
Yeah, I know, guys. I don't have shit for service out there though,
I know.
or I would
I
have.
really, like that's one of those moments I wish like one of us had lived closer to you who would have cell reception. Like honest to God, I would have been like, I'm okay with getting shot. I'm going out here. Can I film this man? Can I stream this man? like, like honest to God,
It's
I
my
would have.
media crew.
I was gonna say I would have been out there with the whole rig harness up and everything, just with a mask on, just following B, peeking corners with B, so you can see his POV and everything. Like, man, I would have had that shit on lock. Like,
Hell yeah.
You know, it's going to sound crazy, but I think there's a way to do it with GoPros, and we wouldn't even have to be remotely close.
wait, can GoPros do like a remote link like that and allow?
Yeah.
We would
someone
just
else
need
to-
an internet source.
Yeah.
Hotspot, if we
I
could
was-
get a strong enough hotspot.
I was about to say buy like upgrade your package for like one for the weekend or whatever on like next Super Games or something and hotspot.
You heard it
Or
here
something.
first.
Only reason I know about the GoPros being able to do that is I've got a friend who records demolition derbies,
Hmm.
and I helped him rig up a car mount. So we would mount a car in a GoPro in one of the derby cars or on one of the derby cars, and I would control it remotely from the stands on turning it on, turning it off, when to
Oh.
record, and I could also see the viewfinder from it.
I'm gonna look the fuck into that because that'd be dope.
Because like for
Let
you,
me tell you, a derby video, and you've got a camera on the car as it's hitting other cars, is intense.
Oh, I bet. I fucking
But like,
bet.
for you, be honestly, like even if you couldn't live stream it, bro, like a GoPro would go a long way, I think, for you. Because I would love to even see a YouTube video of a match. Like honestly, like if you could have just recorded Super Games while you were there, like your POV on you sweeping shit or just knocking shit down, I think that would have been fucking awesome to watch.
Hell yeah.
So
I think so.
But no, like anything that's different, that whatever makes you unique is a good thing to try. I mean, what's it gonna hurt?
I was
Nothing.
gonna say it can't really. There's no really hurting anything.
There's no hurt to it. If you're good at something, stream it, try it. You'd be surprised.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Especially even if it's like I said, even if it's just your personality, like let your personality show through.
Nobody wants to see my personality. I'm kind of a dick. I'm just
We s-
kidding.
I mean, we see it every day, and we still come back. So I mean,
True.
just saying, just throwing that out there.
But that being said, guys, I think we should wrap it up here.
Oh yeah, we good right now.
Is there another question you guys want to end on as kind of a final salute?
We'll make this one easy. I think since we running close to the edge here, and I think this will also be something cool for the listeners if they want to if anybody. FYI, I think we said this in the last one. If anybody cares to give feedback, comments, commentary, or even answer the questions that are in this podcast or video, whichever platform you're watching on, please feel free. We read all that stuff, and if it ever comes to it, we can answer them as well, or even talk about them. But I think B said it earlier. But what would be your favorite genre of game? What is the thing that tickles your fancy? Because for me personally, it's FPSs and RPGs. Those are my two. Those are my bread and butter. I love shooting and I love stories.
I appreciate you answering for me. Thank you.
Oh,
I
were
have
those
an
yours?
alternative.
Yeah.
I have an alternative question as well.
Okay.
If you don't have like a specific genre, what is your guilty pleasure game? What's the one game that you'll just go play because you enjoy it that much?
Even if it's okay, all right.
Even
fuck
if
it.
it's not, because I'll tell you right now, my guilty pleasure game is The Sims.
Okay, we'll go with that one. I like that one better. Guilty,
I quit.
guilty pleasure. Wait, was that
No,
yours too?
I'm just kidding.
Was that? No, I actually like that better. Like genre and then guilty pleasure game. I like both of those. Um, holy fuck, though, guilty pleasure game.
It's my guilty pleasure's all on Skyrim, bro. That's my guilty pleasure game.
I'd have to say, just nostalgia wise, especially reliving it here when we moved all the stuff here. Dude, Army of Two.
Yeah.
That was filling my shit, man. I was saying like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Filling your shit, huh?
Oh, you know what I mean. But still, like when that game ended, you want to know something? This is just kind of a funny little bit here. We finished that game, and me and Mason looked at each other as we did duos on it, and I was like, man, I don't remember that game being that fucking short. How did we spend 30 hours on a playthrough on this game that we just finished in like 4 or 5 hours?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
We were like, what the fuck? Because if you cut out all the time messing with your guns and shit and just play time, it was like 4 or 5 hours. I was like, man, this game was
Just
I don't remember
cruise
it being
through
this
it.
short. Like, so we got
Mortal
for
Kombat's
Army
another
2.
one too.
Oh, you like Army? You like that?
I don't even want to start talking about Mortal Kombat.
I grew up playing Mortal Kombat.
I guess another one, if I could ever gain access to it, like the original platform, not the remastered and stuff, I would love to go back and replay Altered Beast. Altered Beast was my shit growing up.
I've never played it.
I would look it up. They got a remaster for it, and it's really cool. But I want the original. So
Yeah.
And maybe another one of mine was like the Streets of Rage series.
Streets of Rage, yeah.
Oh, you know what? Can we throw back even further? Double Dragon.
Oh yeah.
Jesus. Anybody ever played R-Type on the Turbo Graphics?
Yep.
R-Type was my shit as well. Like, I mean, shit, we gonna throw it back. Let's throw it back. Like, fucking R-Type. That was a hard ass game too. It was penalizing as hell.
Dragon Slayer, ColecoVision.
I have no idea what that one is.
It was
throw it back.
There was ColecoVision version and there was an Intellivision version, but it essentially, oddly enough, it's almost very very reminiscent of like a Zelda type game.
Puppet, your age is showing.
I don't give two shits.
You
If
say
you
that
don't know
like
what a ColecoVision or an Intellivision or anything like that,
Oh, trust
look
me, I
them
know
up.
what they is.
They were wild for the age that they were done in.
I think Wrathful still has an Odyssey.
Yeah, I'd love to get my hands on some. But yeah, no. Guilty pleasure would be The Sims or like Mortal Kombat or Pokemon.
Hell yeah.
Is my guilty
Pokemon
pleasures.
Snap or Stadium.
Dude, Stadium was so fun.
Stadium was so fun.
I never got the pleasure of playing Stadium.
Especially if
Oh man.
Well, no, especially if you had the cartridge where you could put your Game Boy game in and import your
Hell
Pokemon.
yeah.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Look, the shit talking and bragging rights that came with whooping your friends with your own Pokemon. It was
Oh,
another
yeah.
level.
Oh yeah. That's some good stuff.
All right, guys. Everybody's mind's clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm solid, man.
All right. You want to send us out, B?
Once again, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight and shooting the shit with all of us. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this second episode of Three Nuts, One Sack. We've got Hollow, we've got Puppet, we've got myself, Beast. And you guys, if you want to check us out on Twitch, we've got twitch.tv/HollowfiedWolf, twitch.tv/PuppetMaster2191. We have got twitch.tv/BeastlyCracker13. Hope you guys have a fantastic night. Hollow, Puppet, you guys want to say a goodbye?
Just gonna say goodbye, guys. Hope you have a great night and enjoy the second episode as much as we did. recording it. I know this one's a little all over the place, but this is kind of how our brains work. It's all over the place. So
Fair play.
So I will say good night, and I will leave with a message just for the general public and everyone else. Just remember, no matter what you're going through, there's people there that care, and don't ever hesitate to try to reach out to anyone. Doesn't matter the situation.
yes, please do.
All right, guys, you have a fantastic night. Much love from the 3 Nuts, 1 Sack crew. All to you guys. You guys crush your week, crush your day, crush your weekend, crush your nights. And we will catch you guys next week for another episode.